Hi, this is Jeff Wimmer of Studio Cycles and StudioCycles.com, and in this YouTube video I want to talk about buying a used RevMaster or what's called a Star Trek V-bike. I want to talk about other used indoor group cycles or bikes like the Johnny G Spinner that you really need to be careful and cautious of, because there are so many companies online that have used bikes that are 5, 10, 12, 14 years old, and they say the bike's been cleaned and serviced, which means zero. Cleaned and serviced means they wiped it down and maybe oiled the chain. If you get a 30, 60, 90-day warranty, that's a good indicator that the company you're buying the bike from is not going to stand behind it. So there's a couple of quick things I want to go over with you. Number one, the Star Trek V-bike, the original V-bike. This is a picture online of the original Star Trek V-bike. Now this bike, I'm just going to give you a quick example of what to watch out for. The original Star Trek V-bike is going to be a minimum of 10 to 12, maybe 14 years old. Okay, and just to give you some shots of what the V-bike looks like, there's a picture of the V-bike. There's a picture of the V-bike. There's another picture of the V-bike. Now here's a guy, we have a store in Orange County, and we have the only two spinning retail stores, or indoor group cycle retail stores in the world. They're real stores. Now this guy, Fitness 1080, this guy goes to CSM Fitness. You can search them online, and he's a broker. He'll advertise this stuff on Craigslist. This kind of stuff just drives me nuts. But here he's got an ad on eBay. He's got Star Trek V-bikes, 5 great shapes, serviced and detailed, $3,000. These bikes are 12 to 14 years old, and they're serviced and detailed. And he's asking $600 a piece. I do a trade-in on these bikes when I put bikes in clubs. The average trade-in on a bike like this is $25 to $50 a bike. Now, when we resell these bikes, we tear them completely down to the frame and we rebuild them from the inside out. And I'll give you an example of that in just a second. Our stores, we have one store in Venice, we have one store in Orange County in Laguna Niguel. You can call me directly at 888-909-BIKE if you have any questions or you'd like a free consultation. I guarantee you the conversation you'll have with me, you will not be able to have anywhere else on the planet. Here's another bike. This is another example of bikes to really be careful of. This is the original Le Mans RevMaster, yellow in color. And these bikes are notorious for being resold at a hugely marked up price. My trade-in value on these bikes is anywhere from $50 to $150. And this is another guy that goes to CSM Fitness. He's a broker, doesn't have his own place. He's just a guy with a website, no address. He's selling the V-bikes also, although he says, now get this. I love this stuff. The original V-bike was $1,400. The original V-bike was $799. Okay, he's advertising that the original V-bike is almost double what they sold it for. And if you look at this, it's almost representing it as, you know, regular price on this bike is $1,400. This bike was never $1,400. Not 12, 14 years ago when it was new, and certainly not now. Okay, he's selling this bike at $549, deal of the century, and you save $850 off his inflated bullshit price. Okay, so I'm going to go over some stuff with you. This is a little education on refurbishing. These are Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Pros. These bikes are going to be 10 to 12 years old, maybe 14 years old. Now, these are the bikes that these guys, these companies, these used fitness equipment companies that sell everything and specialize in nothing, they would salivate over this bike in this condition. However, we would not resell this bike no matter how good it looks, because we know this bike's 12 to 14 years old. Here's what we do, and we do this every single time. This is, here's a couple of the Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Pros I just showed you, same group of bikes, and this is what we do with these bikes. These bikes are torn down to to the bare frames. They're repainted, okay? Here's another one over here. This is, and this bike looked great when it got here. We could have easily resold it for $500 in the condition it was in. And that's what these guys, you know, Fitness 1080, Club Fitness Warehouse, these guys salivate over bikes in that condition over there. But this is what we do. Everything on these bikes is taken apart, gone through, everything, okay? The resistance mechanisms, everything. Now here's another one here, and again, completely torn apart. You can see this bike could not be disassembled any more than it is, okay? We retap the leveler holes, we put in frame sleeves, new bottom brackets, new flywheel bearings, and this is what they look like when they're finished. And this bike, to me, this is what a refurbished bike should look like, okay? This bike, I mean, it looks close to brand new. We put in a new bottom bracket, which is the bearing assembly at the crank, new flywheel bearings, all new stickers, new resistance pads, either new or completely rebuilt pads. And this is what we do with our refurbished bikes that are really refurbished. We actually offer a lifetime warranty and lifetime parts replacement on our used bikes. Okay. Now on the Schwinn, there are a couple of exceptions. We don't warranty the resistance pads or the pedals for life, but we do warranty the rest of the bike for life. Okay. That is a real refurbished bike. Okay. And this guy looks brand new. I mean, that's how a refurbished bike should be. I could not, in good conscience, buy a bike like a Star Trek V-bike or a Le Mans Revmaster and clean and service it, buy it for $50, sell it for $600 with a 90-day warranty. I couldn't do that in good conscience. To me, that's bad business. Okay, here are 3 more Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Pros that are actually really, really refurbished. And if you look at these bikes, man, they look brand new. I mean, that's just how we do it. You know, that's how we refurbish our bikes. I mean, that's a 12 to 14-year-old bike. And they didn't come to us looking like that. That's after a complete refurbishing. So check out our website at studiocycles.com. Click on the locations button to look at the stores in Laguna Niguel or Venice, California. You can call me directly for a free consultation at 888-909-BIKE. I'm Jeff. I own the company. I talk to people from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week. You can also, if you're watching this, you're on our YouTube channel. But 2 other numbers to reach me at. Cell phone is 818-470-2204. And my home office is 310-664-1375. And I want to thank you for taking the time to get educated so that you don't spend your hard-earned money on a bike that's going to be a coat rack. Thank you.